Oh my god, I don't like the way you gotta put these dogs on. You actually put them on your fucking ship, J-Mac.
Yeah, they're gummy blocks.
I thought they were like an internal part.
No. Penis, 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 fart, 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 vagina. Okay. And welcome back to G&C. Shut up, Donald. Try to fucking talk. Welcome back to G&C. Today we are doing episode 2 of Kingdom Hearts 3. I have Matt with me for commentary.
I...
So Matt has gotten to play the game for a bit.
Cutscene the game.
Alright. Well, so far, my two biggest gripes for this game is, dialogue just seems so forced, and the movement, like when he goes to turn while running, it doesn't seem so free flow. I mean, I'm all for realism, but you have a giant anthropomorphic duck and dog. I think we could throw realism out the window at that point.
Are you suggesting that they're not real?
Slightly. Is the fire like magical? What the hell?
Fellas, I just got a crazy idea. The
Oof.
shield! Ready? Here goes!
Alright. Oh god.
So, which world are you most excited about, J-Mac? Based on what you've seen from trailers and shit.
I am most excited for Toy Story, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. I do want to kind of see Big Hero 6 world. That would be nice to take a look at.
I want to see the Monsters Inc. world. That's the one I'm wanting to see.
That would be nice to look at.
So, for what reason are you only going to be using the regular Kingdom key for?
Generally I like to use just nothing but the bare bones basic, just to prove that it's not the keyblade that pretty much makes your game. It's the player itself. What's up here? Ah, shit.
Oh yeah, I mean, any game can be made skill based. Ow.
But I don't know, like I just feel like the game gets easier when you upgrade, when you like change keyblades. And so I've always liked doing just Kingdom Key runs. I might do different keyblades on this, but or I might just upload a video of doing the proud mode with nothing but the Kingdom Key.
I mean, with you being able to upgrade your keys now, though, that doesn't really make a difference, does it?
I mean, I can always do a run where it's just I only work with the Kingdom Key, and then there can be a run of just no upgrading the Kingdom Key. And that's a run I can get behind on just making it skill based.
You know what? If you're going for the skill based run, turn off XP as well right at the beginning.
I mean, I agree.
And then do like a death montage of all your deaths.
Oh. Thankfully, Kingdom Hearts 1 didn't carry over the trophy of no upgrades, so... oh, I thought it was breakable. I mean, I've personally played a little bit more. Like, I have an alternate save of the same run, but it's just...
Right.
It's the fact of... Holy Jesus. I've heard if you're a very thorough person, or decently thorough, 8 hours in you can actually finish 3 worlds.
Oh no! Help is on the way! We'll put these hotheads out. Hang on up there!
Huh? Who are you three? Where is Hercules?
So, J-Mac, I really wish I would have got Resident Evil 2 for, on disc. That way I could let you borrow it to play it. It's really good.
It is?
I have one gripe. Fucking gripe so far about when you play Leon's B game. Because there's one specific weapon you can only get in the B game for each one, and that's their 45 pistols. Claire gets a single action army. Leon gets a 1911, which he proceeds to hold sideways. He's a damn cop who has been trained on how to use a firearm. Don't fire a gun sideways. Everyone knows that.
Oh, that's okay. The original Resident Evil 2 had him doing that with a Magnum.
Oh my fucking god, did it?
I believe it was a Deagle,
So kind.
but it was a Magnum.
Keep
It was
trying, and one day you'll be
it was
great
any
at this,
handgun, but
Hercules.
they had him doing it with a Magnum because of his suit
Keep
that came with the
training.
gun.
Is it that obvious?
Well, he just aims the 45 sideways like he's never been trained
But
before.
we'll get there together. Yeah, we will.
I was playing it, Timmy was there, Dakota was there, and I'm like, okay guys, I can't do this. This is breaking my immersion. If someone pulls you over at gunpoint and they're a cop, if they hold their gun sideways, they're probably not really a cop.
They're a joke.
They're probably fake cops. Not real cops. They're just trying to scam you for money. So if they ever hold their gun sideways, just laugh at them and drive away.
I don't know about that. They might still shoot you.
They may still shoot you.
I don't know why I'm collecting food. Like I don't know why. I'll probably figure out at some point. I mean, the alternate save, as far as I've gotten, is at the start of Twilight Town. Like, yeah, I'm not far. Oh God, the fucking cameras! Oh God, I saved face. I ain't dealing with that.
So proud mode isn't all that hard, actually.
Really? Remember
No,
when
I've
Proud
only
Mode-
died a few times.
I remember when Proud Mode you used to make it have more enemies, make them tougher and smarter.
I think they made them. I think it's artificial difficulty. They're not smarter. Their AI is just set to attack more frequently, and there's more of them. And I'm not even sure if there's more of them because I got nothing to base that on.
Well, I mean, how far are you?
Level 16 in a level 14 world.
What world is that?
The Tangled world.
Oh, okay. So yeah, then you can always watch the first video or watch this video and compare it from there when you were in Olympus.
Yeah, I could.
I mean, I'm guessing it's gonna be it's gonna put it as more enemies at the very least.
I'm thinking it puts in more enemies because my level is 2 levels above recommended before I even got here.
So anything over here. Oh yes, people.
I mean, things hit like a fucking truck for sure, but
But it's
it doesn't
not,
matter if they can't hit you.
yeah.
Which I don't know if it's my gameplay style that causes me to not get hit, which what I try to do is separate one from the rest and just take it out.
Yeah.
But I don't get hit that much.
I know with what originally got me started doing Kingdom Key only. I'm guessing some people were like, "Oh, that's the hardcore challenge. That's the challenge, a real challenge." And I'm like, "But I've been, oh goodness, I've been doing that for a while for the fact that when you play Kingdom Hearts 2, they go through Jiminy's journal, and you could see cutscene clips of Jiminy's journal, and Sora has the Kingdom Key. He never uses the Keyblade that you have.
So in canon, he always uses the Kingdom Key.
Yes.
Does he even have the other keys outside of
Yeah.
in the canon at all?
Yeah.
So he does have them, he just don't use them ever.
Yep. And how you know he has them in canon is they're given through the story. The keychains are given through the story. Now, why the other keychains are gone, I don't know. every continuation of the game gives a slight explanation on why Sora doesn't have the same abilities as before, but the keychains, I don't understand why those are gone, because nothing is ever shown to affect that. I mean, some people can pull the case of Mega Man, like after every game, why does he not have his weapons from the previous game? Well, it's in
You might want to say spoiler alert before you tell them why. Maybe some people don't know that.
Well, it's one of those things where you have to actually look into it, or be one of the lucky few that's watched the death battle of Mega Man vs. Astro Boy, not sponsored, and learn that holding all those weapons actually makes Mega Man a little more violent. And the longer he holds on to them, the more violent he gets.
I think it, like, I'm going to say this, and I think people are going to not like it, but I think they need to go with the new protagonist and let Mega Man, like, go violent, and then he's the bad guy.
They already did that for Mega Man 0.
Oh, they did?
Yep.
Well, they need to do it again and let you actually kill him.
That's... I believe, if I remember correctly, it's been a long time since I've beaten the first one. You fight X at the end of it, but it's supposedly not the full real X that Zero knew. It's an infected Reploid that looks like X. I often sit there and ponder in certain worlds, what's for the Disney ones, what are the time frame, like, movie wise? Because I know these aren't based on the shows. If I remember correctly, Hercules actually didn't have any muscle mass for the TV show.
It was probably when he was younger, before he became a hero here, like his exploits in between becoming a hero. You know, like it takes place in between that time when he first starts training with Phil before he got buff.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I want to find a save point. Oh my god, thank god.
I will agree. Save points are far and few in between. The biggest thing that takes up time is the cutscenes. Oops, fuck that one up.
You know, I'm sitting here looking at their rings, the ability ring, the power ring, the magic ring. Why would you use the power or the magic ring over the ability ring?
Well, for example, Goofy doesn't have many skills.
Get the people out.
And
That's true.
Donald will slowly get abilities. But
yeah, and by the time he does, his ability points will match what he needs. But Sora definitely needs the ability ring.
Not until you start getting all those AP boosts and whatnot, and then just start shoving it in his ass. That's what I always did. When I played Kingdom Hearts 1, all those ability boosts, I just put it right into him. Everything. Strength boost, defense boost, all of it. Right into that fucking ass of his. So I'm sitting there with 100 I'd be sitting there with like 100 something ability points, and I'm like, booyah. God.
You scared us.
Yeah, Goofy definitely don't need the doesn't need the ability ring. Because with it on, I'm only using 22 of 27. For
The one thing
Donald,
that-
I'm using 24 of 29.
All this altruism is giving
The
me
one thing that
warm and fuzzy.
bothers me
So
for
then,
the
is
allies
having a heart of light
is
come
that they
with
have a
a good insurance
50
policy?
AP
Just say what you
ability
mean.
that
Oh, but I
you
did
can't
know.
use until way later in the
No good
game.
will ever come from putting other
Yeah,
people
I've noticed that.
I'm
I
like,
was able to save Megan. I was ready to risk
Like,
my
what the
own.
fuck?
Because you've got friends in high places, you mean. Tricks like that don't fly for your average Joe.
Alright, back to my gangster Leon.
You weren't even there. If you were, you'd admire Herc's courage.
I don't admire one guy leaping into danger if it means someone else might have to jump in to save him.
The one gripe I have about Resident Evil 2 is the Tyrant virus that Mr. X is infected with is a different virus than he's infected with the T, right? Tyrant is made with T.
yeah.
So why don't the things with the G virus attack Tyrant? And why doesn't he attack them?
Some of those hearts might
I feel like he should go through and anything in his way, because they do kind of body block him. He doesn't just walk straight through. I feel like anything in his way, he would destroy just to get to the target if deemed necessary. And something directly hindering him from getting to his target is deemed necessary for elimination, correct?
Should be that way.
Yeah, yet he will just keep walking into them and do nothing. Just keep walking.
That sounds
Like-
terrible.
You can also break his AI if you stand in the exact right spot. The computer can't decide which way to go,
He's just trying to get under
but
your
there
skin
has
so
to be
he
an
thinks he can.
obstacle in between you.
But we'll prove
So
him
it's
wrong.
really funny when you
We'll
break
show
his
him that our
AI.
sacrifices haven't been for nothing.
You're right.
Besides, we're already proof enough.
And they got 3 free DLCs coming out for this.
Yeah.
There are people beating it in 3 hours already.
Oof.
What report?
I laughed that after, like, 7 or 8 hours after recording the first episode of the Kingdom Hearts 3, there was an update. I was like, really?
Oh my
What
God.
needs to be updated?
There was probably some kind of glitch or bug that did something that they didn't want done.
What, beating the game really quick?
Like falling through the floor and you're at the last boss.
I mean, that'll learn you. Hell, you try to beat a game in 6 hours for? You got somewhere to be? That's why you bought a video game.
I beat Claire in 4, Leon in 7. So,
Ooh, boss fight.
which I could have beat Leon in 5, but I just ran from Tyrant so much, just like confused on what to do. I think I could beat Leon in 4 if I really buckled down and didn't waste any time at all. So did you play Overwatch with Adam this morning?
I did not.
He was saying something about getting duked on.
I know we played
Everyone's
Monster
getting into Overwatch here recently.
Hunter. Well, I mean, Gotta do something to pass the time.
Yeah, and Siege seems to be broke. When you can be 3 rooms away with no camera spotting you, get shot in the head through a wall through 2 rooms, away from 1 shot. I mean, I think people are cheating now.
Rage form? What's this?
It's really cool. You ain't had it yet?
I did for my my main game.
It's really high DPS.
So it's just shadow form all over again. Which that was
Yes.
actually my favorite drive form. Oh, here comes Phil, not to say a word.
Nice job, Wonder Boy.
Nice job,
We
Wonder
checked the whole
Bread.
area. It looks like everyone's safe.
That's great.
It
We
looks
did what we
like.
could.
You heroes have been busy little bees.
Shut up, Meg.
Maybe Phil will talk later, because you know you'll have to go to Olympus again, probably later, and do a tournament like every other fucking game.
But Meg has titties. Nobody wants to see that. fucking picture of Talladega Nights, just Ricky Bobby with his hands up, and it says, "When you have a flat-chested girl on top of you, I don't know what to do with my hands."
On the hips.
Oh, that looks pretty.
Grab the ass.
That looks pretty dope. It's the power of darkness. Power of darkness.
You know what I think would be funny?
Oh, that's a. Oh, that was using my health. Holy shit. Wait,
I think it would be fun.
Donald
Go
has
for
spell. Donald has cure.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Donald has cure. You gotta set it though.
Fuck you, Donald. Why can't I have cure? Go fuck yourself.
Anyway, you know what I think would be funny, dude? It's if iDubbbz did a content cop on content cop. Like as a, you know, fucking self-making fun of joke.
I mean, it would sound like something he could do.
It would be extremely hilarious, I feel like. Yeah, with the upgrades of the keys, I don't feel like it really matters which key you pick anymore.
We need to get to the top of the mountain and
I actually need to re-record the whole Resident Evil, because the recording stopped before a boss fight, and I had a whole boss fight in and didn't have a recording for it. Yeah, so I got to like, there was about an hour and a half left. It was like the second recording from the last it would have been. So I recorded all the way up to that point. So I think I'm going to start that recording. But I don't know if I want it to be a silent recording or what yet. So any going-ons, J-Mac?
Just trying to record the second episode, man. Like, this is a hour and 11 minutes into the game.
Right. And then how many minutes have been cutscenes so far?
Probably a good chunk of them.
At least half.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
So fun fact, on Resident Evil when you get bit by a zombie, the mark stays for a while. Like it visibly shows up. I'm glad they never did the whole outbreak thing where when you get bit by something, you got a viral counter. How infected you are. Because balancing that would have sucked.
No. No.
Are you being murdered?
No, I about fell off the edge. And would have had to redo this whole entire fight. Like they would
Oh,
have
with
all just
who
spawned
are you
back in
fighting?
the water cores.
Get by me, Sora. Hurt, here goes.
There are some other gripes I have with it, but I can't talk about them just yet. I'll be able to talk about them by the time you clear Thebes and Herc's world.
I'll show you how a hero fights.
I gotcha. Back off.
But for the most part, the game is good. It's solid. I don't know if it will win Game of the Year. It might, just off of the nostalgia factor alone.
I don't know, I think art-wise it looks really good. Like,
I feel like it looks the same, but
graphically it looks really, really nice. Character shading, not so much. I just don't feel like they fit in.
yeah, I didn't feel that way either. Like Sora and Goofy don't fit in it. Sora, Goofy, and Donald don't fit in as good into the worlds as they used to. You know?
And then it's just been Disney World. Like I wouldn't have mind some Final Fantasy-esque worlds.
Like at least one.
Well, no, because I've brought this up to you before. You said, oh well, those are like the last levels. Those
They kind of are.
Those would be your Final Fantasy-esque. 'Cause I'm like, yeah, but like, what if there's a playable place? Like not Hollow Bastion, not Radiant Garden, not Twilight Town.
Right, you're talking about a full-on world like, oh, you just went into the world of Final Fantasy blank, right?
Yeah.
Would you shit a brick? I don't know if this is a thing or not, so if it does turn up being a thing, I'm sorry. But would you shit a brick if Kefka was the main bad guy?
I would shit a brick if he was involved. Because I would be more, well, where's Sephiroth kind of person. Yeah, because I don't even know if Sephiroth or Cloud are in this game. Like, I have no clue.
I mean, didn't they mention him, Cloud, right at the beginning of the game, though? Hades specifically did, right?
Yeah, that's because that's a reference to the first game, which he references using Terra, but he doesn't reference using Zack. Because Aqua has to fight, possess Zack. And you get a dimensional link with him.
I kind of feel like I have to play the DS ones because there's a lot of information I'm missing.
If you have to play any of them, 358.5 is the one I recommend. It is so fucking good, and it's the only one with good multiplayer.
Is that the one where you got a time limit on it?
With some of them. It's a mission-based game, but it gets up to four-player multiplayer to go through pretty much missions, and then
Can you TK someone who takes your main?
I believe so. I believe that is an option.
Are you kidding? I was joking.
Well, I mean, I think there is friendly fire.
But yeah, I feel like I'm missing a ton of information that bridges between just basic 2 and 3.
I'll put it this way: the only 2 games you need to play are 358.5 and 3D. Like, I'll admit, yes, Chain of Memories has some story to it, but it's more filler than anything. Everything from Chain of Memories will be talked about in 358.5 and Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay, because I've, like I said, there's a ton of information I feel like I'm missing from to just basic vanilla to 3.
Yeah, 358.5 talks about the other half of the organization members that you don't know about in Kingdom Hearts 2. But it touches upon about what's going on at the Castle of Oblivion, and why Axel is there.
Yeah, that was half of what I was wondering when I'm wondering a lot of things about this game so far. I'm like super lost,
So yeah,
not knowing what's going on really.
it is understandable. Understandable. Oh hey, a Mickey Mouse. But
You get items for finding them too.
really?
Yeah. When you take your picture, you'll get items every so many you find, like challenge complete. Here's a mega potion.
Check out what's down there.
So you do get items for doing that.
But yeah,
So I'm wondering, does anyone actually play Kingdom Hearts as something other than a warrior?
there are I think the shield is the quickest way to get scanned, but it's the slowest route due to the fact that you're not so strong. I just do warrior because it's such the nicest, most basic build to go with. Parkour.
See, I always do warrior too because, I mean, you fight with a weapon. And the magic, yeah, it's easy to use, but, you know, it ain't like you can equip like 4,000 different magics at once. You can equip 8, right?
4.
4? Well,
Yeah.
you got your 4 in your regular list and then your 4 in your quick menu.
Well, I mean, you got 4 in your shortcuts, and then you can go down to magic and just select what
Scroll
spell you
through.
want. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I ain't about that life, fam, so...
Yeah, I know what you mean. But don't Donald learn all the top tier magic anyway?
You and Donald learn them at the same rate. Except
Oh, okay.
Except Kingdom Hearts 1 bothered me.
Yeah, just like before.
Both Sora
Like
and
I've-
Donald
By the minute.
learn fire at the same
My family may
time,
need me.
but at Disney Kingdom, at the castle, he knows thunder.
Sora,
As he
I'm gonna
strikes
fly ahead.
Goofy with a
You've been
bolt of
big
lightning.
help, but leave the rest.
That bothers you to this
Damn
day.
It does.
Yeah. King of the gods.
His thunder was useful.
All the elemental magics are
God?
useful.
No.
But doesn't that mean Herc is a god too?
Oh, I think it does.
Which one's not?
Well, alright, based on
Then
Kingdom
he'll be
Hearts 1,
okay.
Gravity.
No.
Probably,
13's
yeah.
Here. He'll need our help.
Well, if it's a if it's a
That
fast
could
moving
be
target,
argued.
well, if it's a fast moving
It could-
target, gravity won't work.
That's
Gravity is, in a sense, technically the weakest due to the fact that it only deals damage based on the creature's health.
We fight with all our heart.
But
Right. What was it? More health, more damage, less health, less damage?
yeah, and then and then it got to a point where it would just kill it if its health was low enough. Because I think it dealt
Right.
I think it dealt half of its damage or a quarter of its health as damage. But most of your bosses were immune to it. Sephiroth was the only boss that was immune to everything. You couldn't even use time magic on him.
I beat him at level 25 on the second game.
Like
On fucking proud mode.
he was super easier to beat in 2 than he was in 1.
Yes, he was.
Oh my god, like, I had to beat him for my brother, who had the ultimate weapon and a crap ton of elixirs.
Which brother? The B brother or the other brother?
The B brother. And, oh my god, like, I sat there for a couple hours just grinding into this motherfucker. But Sephiroth was considered the hardest boss in the US release of Kingdom Hearts 1.
What was the hardest boss in the Japanese release then?
Xemnas.
Did they have that? Was he a boss that we didn't get?
Yep.
Oh, thank you. Thank you guys for not giving us content. Ooh.
Yep. Kingdom Hearts final mix, their optional bosses were a bit tougher than what was released. And then had an optional boss of Xemnas. Whereas in Kingdom Hearts 2 had Terra's armor.
Alright. I guess we're not good enough to handle the optional hardest boss.
Resident Evil 2 was too easy in Japan, so they upped the difficulty for the US. Same with Resident Evil 1. The remake was considered too easy, so they added Crimson Heads.
It was easy. We do need Crimson Heads. We don't have them over here. However, I wouldn't know because like everything I killed I made sure was dead. And then I avoided most everything else, like, you know, how you're supposed to. Like I told you, J-Mac, before, like when I beat the game as Leon, I literally had a full stack of handgun ammo to where it wouldn't stack anymore in the box. I had one full stack on me. I had 2 full stacks of shotgun ammo. 20 some plus Magnum rounds, I think 28 when I went into the final boss fight. So the final boss fight wasn't shit. They did not make me feel the need to use ammo. Like at all. So I can see them saying that Resident Evil 2 was too easy, but that didn't take away from how good it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I could be thinking it's as good as it was because of the nostalgia factor. But, you know, I kind of like their order of events the way they are now. It's not quite the same, like, the locations are reversed. You know how in the original you crash and you're, like, in that spot where the cars are burning and you gotta run past them first couple zombies.
Yeah.
I mean, you're able to kill them. You have the ammo. Well, in this one, you don't have the ammo, so you definitely gotta run from them. Well, anyway, you're sitting there doing all this stuff, and the gun shop ain't even in the beginning. You don't even get to the gun shop running along that route. You know how you'd run along that route? Then to get to the police station, you had to go through the gun shop?
Yeah.
Well, you don't do that no more. Like, you don't even go to the gun shop until after the police station. So, I mean, there's that. Which I kind of like the way that they changed up the order of events, and that it's better the way it is now.
Wow.
Like Tyrant only chases Claire through half of the game. He literally stops chasing you after the police station when you're Claire.
Ooh, that was so good.
So Tyrant is more after Leon in this game, J-Mac.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Like, I remember him only being a nuisance when I was Claire. Not Leon. So where are you at on your Kingdom Hearts right now?
Rock Titan.
Rock Titan.
It's got, in my opinion, so far, the best looking carousel. Best attraction.
My favorite one is the Blaster attraction. That one's so cool. If you can actually juggle an enemy up in the air, the higher in the air they get, the more damage you do. And that attraction will actually fuck a boss's day up. The Blaster one, oh man.
Oh yeah.
But, you know, whenever I see it in the toolbar, Goofy always wants to do a Goofy Bomb or a Trinity Shield Charge or something. So when I go to press it, it just does that instead and my time ends up running out. So I never barely get to use the Blaster.
Oof. Anything down here?
Yes.
Fluorite.
Fluorite.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about finally getting your Corona?
Oh, it was nice. Been grinding out on Monster Hunter. Alright, folks. I am at the gate of Olympus, and we're going to call it there. So, remember to hit that like and subscribe button to And then tell me if you want more, or tell me if I'm trash.
Well, we're obviously trash, but still.
Human fucking garbage. Alright, see you folks
Human
later.
ra-